Hi everyone, so in this video I'm just going to walk you through and explain to you a little bit about what your life book is, or your dream life book, whatever you want to call it. So you can obviously read back on the blog post that accompanies this, but I can go into further depth in a video. So what your dream life book really is all about is about nurturing the life that you want to live and to really embody it. Now I know and I understand that some people really do find it difficult to find out what their dreams are, but I think it really helps when you kind of build an image of what you want your life to look like, and then you can find out what your dreams are that way. But if you sorry, I just saw something leaking, out to move it. Yeah, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to create my own personal life book. Now, you don't have to go out and buy an expensive notebook, but what I will say is buy something that makes you feel good, because it will defeat the object of buying a notebook that you struggle with. I mean, yesterday I walked around town for quite a long time thinking, oh, I'll get a moleskin notebook, and then it just didn't sit right with me. The size didn't sit right with me. I thought I'd buy a cheap notebook, and then that didn't feel right. I didn't like the feeling it gave me. I wanted something that really sparked joy. I know that word is overused, or that sentence is overused, but it has to inspire you. It has to spark joy, because when you take hold of your life book, it has to make you feel good, you know? And a lot of what this is about promoting positive emotions and positive feelings, because you want that positive emotion to accompany what is in your book. Right, so in this one I absolutely love narrow lines, and I know we're going to be covering it up anyway, but there will be space. Obviously I could leave page blank so I can write down on there, but I'll go into it in a moment. But this book is it's cardboard. It is kind of hard bound, but it's flexible as well. And I love the fact that it also has in here not just the narrow lines, which I love, but a ribbon, a marker, which is brilliant. That's an added bonus. I didn't actually need that, to be honest with you. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. It just really sparked joy, and it wasn't anything like I was looking for. It was really weird. And then it says the future is happy. I mean, some of the books had some really cheesy and corny things on them, and I was like, yeah, I'm not touching that. And then when I saw this, and then it said the future is happy, I was like, no way. I mean, it really, really spoke to me. Right, so what we're going to do is, if you look below in the actual post accompanying this, you will see that we have broken up or broken into categories, different aspects. So for me personally, I'm going for, obviously I have my true self, how I want to look and feel, my job, my career, and my home life, and also other things like running, like keep fit and all that sort of thing. So I'm breaking it down into different categories, and what I will be doing is I'll be keeping to a category a page. I won't really be mixing it up unless it's like my art studio will be in my new home, so they will probably go together. So sometimes it might mix up a little bit, but you have to make this as you want it. You know, don't do it exactly as I do it. If you don't want to do it exactly the same, go your own way, you know, with this. So what you're going to need a notebook. If you have a printer, fantastic, but buy good quality paper. It doesn't have to be a high GSM, but do get something where when you print off the images, the paper doesn't let you down. So I went out and I bought some paper yesterday that has sort of like a colour lock to it, and it only cost me $3.99 for a small pack, and it was HP printer paper, and it's 90 GSM. You don't need anything too thick, and you don't want anything too thick either, because like I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to fill before it starts falling apart. So yeah, the paper's not too thick, still good enough quality. It has that colour lock, so I get vivid images, but I'm not going to be too precious about when it comes to cutting them out. But yeah, so what you want to do is you want to collect images of different categories of how you want your life to look. So for me, obviously I've just picked this up and I have a couple of colour schemes going on here of colours I want my new room to look like. I have an art studio here, and they have to, more than anything, create that positive emotion within you. So when you see it, it has to be something that excites you and brings love and gratitude and all those positive emotions that stirs your spirit, you know, your soul, and think, oh, I'd love my room to be like that. And if that's how you feel about it, print off loads of images that make you feel like that. Do it as if you actually have the room, you know, and you're gonna be going like shopping for all the things, and you need to print off loads of images to take with you and for when you go shopping. You know, do it as if it's come to pass already and you are about to decorate your room or your house or your art studio, or you're going clothes shopping. So for example, here I've got some images here of some outfits, so it's as if I like have been going shopping and buying these for myself. Next, you want to try and get hold of some magazines. If you haven't got any already, don't worry, don't go out and spend a load of money. Maybe ask for friends or family if they have any. And I'm just going to put my heater next to me because it is a little bit cold. Yeah, ask family and friends, or maybe go down to the hairdressers or something, see if they've got any old magazines they're about to throw away. Or the charity shop, or buy cheap magazines. Now these are from my own personal collection, and what these will have more than anything is, because these are like coffee table magazines for me, I really love to, let's see if you're completely in shot. Yeah, I really love to just pick these up and read them. And these, the Happiness magazine is just, for me, it's more about the images. But yeah, in these it will be like quotes, because you don't just want images, you want words as well. So this is a special one. Just flicking through. I mean, some of these I don't want to cut out because oh, look at that, how beautiful that is. I would probably want to frame that actually. But yeah, I'll have a look. Like I really want to do yoga, so maybe one of these images I could put in. I'm just trying to, I just need to find some words. So maybe if you need health, to cut out the word health. But the one thing that I really will say about doing this is make it as if it's all come to pass already. So don't put I want health or I want this, you know, don't make sort of like create it so that it's something that you want. Create it as if it is. So what you're doing is you're creating a book of what you want your life to look like. So make it as if it's already like that. So you're picking up this book as it's being filled, you're picking it up and you're going in and you're looking through it as if it is, as if it's already come to pass. This is what your life looks like in the future, and hopefully in a not too distant future as well. So you pick it up and you think this will be you, and as you flick through the pages you're looking at yourself in the future. Now we're not just going to put images and words in there, we also need post-it notes or sticky notes or a piece of paper that you can washi tape or glue down, and we're going to write quotes on here, we're going to write affirmations, intentions and all those things, and we can stick them on the relevant page. So for example, I love this, dwell in possibility, and if I wanted to write that as a reminder to dwell in possibility, I would write that on there, and I would stick it on any of the pages, to be quite honest, because maybe on the one with the house that I would really love, and I would stick all the images down, and then I would write down on here dwell in possibility, and then stick that down there, or I just write a quote I read on a particular day. So what you want to do is you fill this up whenever you can, really. So make a start on it, and then collect all these images from magazines as time goes on, and then when you want to sort of if you can set aside a certain like amount of time, and if you want to boost your just sort of feel good about yourself and boost your emotions, make time for this. Sit down and get your images, and then do a page in here. If you wake up in the morning and you have like a quote or something comes to mind, grab a sticky note, write it on the sticky note, and then go to your book and stick it on the page. So say you filled it up to here, you can always, so we're up to here for example, say, write down on the sticky note a quote you've read, an intention, anything positive, and you think, oh, that'd be really good for my book, my life book. Grab your sticky note and stick it in there, so when you do come back to it to stick down more images, you can obviously include that sticky note or put it on another page. You're building a book of dreams. You're building your how you want your life to be. So this is a book of you. This is your dream life book. So for me, this is obviously my dream life book. You can add images on the front if you want to. So what I've got here, so what we've got is we've got magazines, we've got printouts, we've got the notebook, sticky notes, and obviously don't forget you're going to need glue, decent glue. I love the UHU stick, and the, what else was it, the Pritt stick as well. I find they're the best when it comes to glue sticks, and I think that is basically it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting some of these out. Now it does take a long time to cut out. I'm going to go through, like, I love this quote here, energy flows where attention goes, and that's a big part of what we're going to be focusing on. So if I have a look on the other side of this, there's nothing there that I want to keep. I'm going to cut that out, and I might even add this somehow onto the front of my book, or even down the spine. So I really like that. I really love that saying, so I'm going to cut that out. In fact, on top of all of these, they've got a really good quote, so you can cut all those out. So yeah, I'm going to go through these and collate everything all together and then start sticking them down. If you do have any questions about this, please leave them below and I will get back to you pretty quickly. I'm checking in every day because this is obviously throughout December. I'm going to be posting quite a lot, and hopefully opening up a dialogue with you all, and discussions with the podcasts and videos and all that sort of thing. I'm so excited about this. I'm really excited about my own personal life book, and so I really can't wait to hear whether or not you start one for yourself. So I'm going to speed up this process, and then I might get back to you afterwards. But yeah, so yeah, just ask me anything. If you have any questions, pop them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Right, I'm going to cut these out now. So I've separated all of my images into categories, and I have just been going through my magazines. I'm still going through them, and I'm cutting out all like quotes that I want to include in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down, I'm going to put all these into sort of like, for now, separate pages. So what I'm going to do now is just bang all the house ones there, just leave that one last. Just going to put, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this on my bed. I'm going to go through all these, spend time tonight going through them, and then I'm going to share with you how this looks in a separate video. Just pop those there, that there. So I need to carry it all together into the house. Don't want to leave any things. Right, so okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to stick all these in tonight and take some time over this. And what I wanted to say is, if you start yours now, what I suggest is that, and this is something I'll touch on later on, I would leave the first page, or this first page here, one of the first pages, I'm going to use this one because it's blank. I would leave the first page blank so that you can, and we'll come back to this, write your own manifesto or vision. So that will be at the front. We're going to be doing that a little bit later on. And also, just show you through here. When you are sticking in or looking up images and cutting them out, so for example, for me, it would be, I want to show you something. Where are they? These ones here. Okay, right. What you want to do is, and I'll mention this now, and this is something else that we're going to be touching on later on. As you're cutting out images, don't cut out someone who you, okay, I'm going to try and get this right. Don't reject who you are now. It's all about embracing who you truly, truly are. And so the key to all of this is owning your power, owning your truth, embracing your true self, your higher self, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, and completely embracing who you truly, truly are. And you might not feel that you are there yet, and that's the whole point of this exercise. But close your eyes and picture who you truly feel that you are meant to be, not so much who you wish to be, although there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I wish to have these clothes, I wish for my hair to be a certain way, but it's all about embracing who you truly are. So for example, I don't spend a lot of money on my hair, but I should, you know, if I feel that I'm worth it. If it's going to cost a lot of money, then why not? You know, I don't spend a lot of money on clothes because of my family, you know, put the children first and all of that, but why not, you know? So I'm creating a lookbook for myself here. I love these outfits. These are the outfits that I would love to wear. So that is part of who I truly am. So I'm not rejecting who I am. I'm looking after myself. This is self-care. This is embracing who I am. I love these clothes, and obviously they might change from different seasons. So I might do a few pages for each season, you know. And I love all of these clothes. They're beautiful. So like I want like my workwear. I love that. And then I would have my clothes I would wear for when I'm working in my studio, have an image somewhere. Yeah, loose t-shirts, you know. So I have all of that. So it's not about rejecting yourself and thinking, oh, I really wish I could become this person. You already are that person. So we will touch on that later on, but it's extremely important to get that at the beginning, that you're not to reject who you are. It's all about embracing who you truly are, acknowledging that you have power within you to create the life that you want, you know, and all of this sort of thing. We're going to do baby steps, and I understand that it's going to be a lot for December, but you can obviously save the content for later on and carry this on through into January, and all through next year as well, you know. So yeah, keep a page free for your statement, and again, when you're cutting out images, it's all about what you truly want. Now I'm just thinking about this notebook. I was going to get a spiral bound, and if this does start falling apart, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I will fix it somehow. There's lots of different ways to do that, so we'll see how this holds up. But I had in my mind that the book that I would use will be worn, will be chunky, and will be maybe falling to pieces, you know, and held together, and just makes me happy picking it up, you know, because I love that sort of thing. Right, so I'm going to go and stick all this down now, and I will show you possibly tomorrow, actually, if I've done most of it. But by then you'll probably get a post on this tomorrow as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how the Wonder Journal will tie in with this. So you'll have your dream life journal, your you know, your life journal, your true self journal, whatever you want to call it. And then we will be incorporating the Wonder Journal. I have bought a new journal for that, and I'll be introducing you to that possibly tomorrow. I'm just trying to see what order I'm going to be putting the content in, because this is a follow with me. I do have a plan, but sometimes last minute I might switch things around. So yeah, I'll show you tomorrow what this will look like, how I'm progressing with it anyway, and throughout the month I will obviously show you how I'm progressing with it, the sticky notes that I add in here and all that sort of thing. So I think that is that for now, and until the next post or video, take care, speak soon, bye.